Thank you very much. Good afternoon, and welcome to the first ever concert of Maritime Winds, a concert band made up of community members from all the provinces, New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island. In our first year, we're just finishing up our first season today. So we're delighted to be here at the high school. Thank you very much to the high school, particularly Stephanie Mazouk, for welcoming us and loaning us all their equipment in the space. It's been a delight to rehearse and play here today. So we started with one of two Nishimuras, Yukiko Nishimura's piece, Sailing, that you just heard, a delightful upbeat piece to start the program. So Yukiko Nishimura was a Japanese-born American composer, and the next composer is a Canadian composer of Japanese descent, a different Nishimura, Kate Nishimura, who's very, very popular right now. And much of her music is themed on the outdoors and ecological concerns, but it's always very, very uplifting, completely different from Yukiko Nishimura. So please enjoy this next piece by Canadian Kate Nishimura called Wilderness. now we're going to carry on with another work by a Canadian composer, this one by Jonathan Dagenet. And this is the first of two back-to-back C minor marches. And this one is called Symbiofolie. And it has kind of a quirky two-part facet to it that you'll immediately understand when you get it. Anyway, so it's a lot of fun. And as I said, it's the first of two marches that you'll hear in the key of C minor. So Symbiofolie by Jonathan Dagenet. up our second C minor march by our third Canadian composer, this time me. And I wrote this march this past year, and this group was actually the first one to make any kind of a performance of it, a demo performance. Technically, this is the second performance, and as mentioned, it's also in C minor. We've recruited some extra percussionists, you see, from the clarinet section, and anyone else who's willing. So here we go with Winter's March. Maritime Winds is a project of the New Brunswick Band Association, who has been encouraging, supporting, reviving, and developing music in New Brunswick and wanting to spread the love. So they conceived of the idea of having a community band that came from all over, a sort of an honor band of community bands. And we thought, well, why not include Nova Scotia and Prince Edward Island? We're so glad we did. So on the stage are some 50 musicians who come from as far away as New Glasgow and Fredericton and Bathurst and Charlottetown and all across the three provinces, traveling in hours to get to rehearsals. And so we're always so, I'm sometimes surprised, as I am grateful, that they make it right through the winter and everything. And we have remarkably good attendance, and we have a lot of fun. That's the thing, we have a lot of fun. As you can hear, they're making great music. So next we're going to go back to the earliest roots of the modern band movement with a classic by Percy Grainger that you may not know by its printed name, Irish Tune from County Derry. But I assure you, you do know this tune. to say now for one of our favorite pieces, but I think they're all our favorite pieces. And another Canadian composer, British-born Canadian composer who's on the West Coast, Robert Buckley. I have to say, every time we even rehearse this, I love this piece more. It's speaking both as a conductor, composer, and arranger, and just player. I think it's a really, really terrific composition, Windjammer. And we're going to have fun playing it. I think you'll hear that. sharing with the band this morning kind of a surprise detail about this first week in the military band by Gustav Holst. In Holst's personal journal that he wrote, that he kept, he logs that he completed this piece in 1909. But in fact, the first recorded performance of it is not until 1920. And so people nowadays are just astonished because this is one of the most famous band pieces of all time. Everybody knows it, everybody plays it, everyone wants to play it all the time. It's a super piece of music, so how could it have been left on the table or in the cupboard for 11 years, we don't know. But it certainly did not stay in the table after that because it's continuously been one of the rock bottom pieces of band literature all across the world. So we're delighted to present it for you today in 3 movements, Holst's First Suite in flat. Thank you.